Hey, I think this could be the most generous compensation plan in the entire direct selling industry.
I 100% agree. I guess that's why it's patented. But it's just a little complicated, don't you find?
It's Japanese. They're brilliant. They're very detailed oriented. They basically thought about every possible outcome. And they have a long-term vision for the future that I really admire. But they can make things overly complicated sometimes. Good thing you got me, your friendly Enagic compensation plan tour guide, to do all the translation for you. Hey folks, today I'm going to be sharing with you the Enagic compensation plan Advanced Mastery. This is really a part 2 from the part 1 that I did, which was called Enagic compensation plan Mastery. In that video, we talked about the 8-point system, the trifecta, and some basic stacking ideas. Today, we're going to take those basic ideas and go much further. So this really is an advanced class. We're going to be talking about stacking, building wide versus deep, all the Uconn and Uconn qualifications. This is a 40-minute video which is very detailed. I really believe between part 1 and part 2, you're going to have everything that you need to know about the compensation plan and how to really maximize it well into the future and be able to turn around and teach your teams the exact same things. So this is a video you do not want to miss. Hey, just a quick editor's note before we get going. This is a 40-minute presentation, and I've broken it down into 3 different videos that are now available on my YouTube channel. Check in the description of this video for those links because you can go back and review different aspects of this video that you want to have a little further clarity around or share directly with your team. Just to note, this is an advanced video. So if you're a 1A, 2A, 3A, some of the information towards the end of the video may go right over your head, and that's okay. It's about having access to the information. The best thing to do is keep active in your business, keep learning, and as you grow your business, you will learn the next steps, and it's all presented right here. So between part 1 and part 2, you really have the full overview of how to maximize this compensation plan video. Now, let's get started.
Hey folks, welcome to the Uconn overview and the larger comp plan strategy. Now in this, there's really going to be 2 aspects to this video. One is going to be understanding how the Uconn DD and the Uconn Sigma work. And when you understand that, it also sets the foundation for your long-term strategy. Now, if you're just getting started, so you're a 2A, a 3A, the information at the end, midway and at the end of this video might be a little bit beyond where your comfort and strategy level is at. No big deal. It takes a while to review the strategy and the compensation plan. That's why you've got great mentors and coaches around you to be able to support. But I do want to provide you with all that information so that when you're ready, the information is there for you to really understand what your long-term game plan here is. So sit back and enjoy the video. I'm going to switch over and go here. So give me one moment. So let's get started. Quick overview of the Uconn. It's 100% organic turmeric supplement cultivated for maximum potency. It's actually 2 blends mixed into one. The most powerful natural anti-inflammatory product that we know about. Highly bioavailable due to its proprietary blend. So 2 types of forms mixed with oils, some minerals and vitamins put in there. And it's grown in Osaka, Japan. Just an amazing product, full round. Patented capsule prevents any oxidation, so you're really getting maximum up to 98% absorbability here. And here's the deal, the Uconn policy. You must be active ordering Uconn in order to be eligible for Uconn commissions and sales volume, which is also we refer to as points from any of your team's sales. So there's going to be 2 types. There's Uconn DD and there's Uconn Sigma. What I mean by active is when you order, say, Uconn Sigma, which is for 12 months, you are now eligible and active for 12 months. If you do it for the 4-month period, you're eligible for that 4-month period. Okay? So let's go into Uconn DD. It's a 4-month supply. It's $760 here in North America, plus the taxing and the shipping, right? Enagic monthly financing is available, meaning that you can make a larger first month payment, and then the second, third, and fourth month are going to be a standard price. That information is going to be connected below this video or around this video in a PDF so that you can get a little bit more information on that. The Uconn DD is $40 per point. It's always the 8-point system with Enagic, and in general, Enagic will not pay the smaller $40 checks. They'll wait until it adds up to about $200. I've seen this both happen and not happen. So they have suggested that that's going to be the way they're going to move forward with things. It's a renewable position every 4 months and accounts for a sale every time it gets renewed. It's a permanent position only after you're on the Uconn DD for 1 year. So that means 3 total orders, your initial purchase and 2 renewals, which makes 12 months. Then at that point, this position is considered permanent. So as a distributor, you need to be active on the Uconn DD for a minimum of 12 months in order to guarantee that permanent business center. This is really, really important. We'll go a little bit deeper into this, right? So this is just laying the foundation. If after 12 months you choose to stop ordering Uconn, then you will not be qualified to earn commissions from Uconn sales, but will still earn sales from all water systems. If you cancel your Uconn DD before the 12 months, that business center is not permanent and it basically disappears. And with it, you'll lose your business ID and any of your downline or sales that you've made when people are going to continue to grow their businesses. You won't get paid on that. So if you start with the Uconn DD, remember, you got to go 12 months. Now at 12 months, then you make a decision. Do you continue? Well, if you continue with it, then you're going to get paid fully on all Uconn sales and all commissions through your business. If you decide to cancel, you're only going to get paid on the water system sales. So that's the ANISPA and the water systems, right? At the 6-8 evaluation, if a person does not renew 3 times, then the orders purchase, basically their first and second purchase, will count as cancellations in your overall sales total. I go a little more deeper into this in a different video on how to read your sales report and your genealogy. But just remember, if a person doesn't renew 3 times, those initial sales get removed as they count as cancellations. In your 6A month, when to get the $3,000 incentive bonus, you need a total of 10 sales, which is generally 9 group sales and 1 direct into your 6A. The Uconn DD, any sales that happen in that month will only be considered a third of a point. So they don't count for a full sale. But they do count for a full sale in your overall count. So meaning everything before that month, anytime you were to order Uconn DD or someone in your downline, it counts for 1 sale towards your total of 101. It's just in the month that you're going for the bonus, they're not going to count it as a full sale. They'll count it only for a third. Okay. Now let's talk about the Uconn Sigma. It's a 12-month supply and it retails for $19.80 plus tax and shipping. So it's about $300 to $400 cheaper than getting the Uconn DD. It only counts for 1 sale versus 3 sales if you were to do Uconn DD over a 1-year period. It's $100 per point, so that's times 8. There is a Enagic monthly financing available. When you order through the financing program or someone in your downline orders through the financing program, you don't receive $100 per point. You get an initial half, $50, and the other $50 will get paid after the 12 months have been fully financed. And this is a renewable position every 12 months and it counts for 1 sale. So meaning you can continue to renew this ID, and if you decide to build an organization underneath it, it's going to stay permanent the whole time you're on it. So you don't have to cancel it and renew it somewhere else. This is going to be really important information whenever we get into our long-term strategy coming up. So the Uconn DD and the Uconn Sigma generally work the same, right? They qualify you to earn all Uconn sales and points, the points being the sales volume, from any activity in your downline while you're on it, while you're active. It also qualifies your top position. We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. And it's just a great way to expedite the growth of your business and because it's a fantastic product, and we sell a lot of it in our system. So you definitely want to be an active member in this. So let's talk about the Uconn policy. In order to qualify to get commissions and sale points from your Uconn sales, you must be ordering it yourself. Okay, we've covered that a couple times, but just really clear on that. And your Uconn account qualified. Your account is qualified for Uconn commissions and sales points, but it also qualifies the top machine account. We call this protecting the top account. So this is a very unique situation where when you're ordering Uconn, it's attached to your upper machine position, and now they're both fully qualified. Now let's talk a little bit more about, well, what does it mean to be qualified? A lot of people don't know this initially, so it's really good to get clear. There are some basic qualifications from Enagic, and it has to do with when you make a direct sale and how much time in between your next direct sale. So 90 days after your direct sale, which is someone you're going to sell directly to, if you don't make another direct sale within 90 days, you will lose the special point. It's called the SP status from your downline sales. So let's say you've got an active member in your business. They're selling a K8, just for easy example, every month. Where you make a direct sale to them, they get started in the business. They make a sale every month. So you're getting paid the full $340, but on the fourth month, they make another K8 sale. Instead of earning $340, because you're outside of that 90 days from your direct sale, the company's going to remove the special points. So you make from $340, you move $70, and now you're earning $270. So you'll get a $270 check from that person. If you don't make a direct sale in 6 months, and that person continues to make one sale a month, the commissions get halved. So now you're earning 50% of the commissions. So the example is, from the $270 that you're earning, 50% it disappears, and now you're going to get a check for $135. After 24 months, 2 years of no direct sales, and that person, every month they're making K8 sales, after 2 years, then there's 100% removal of commissions. And instead of getting paid $340 or $270 or $135, now you're down to zero. The moment you make a direct sale, you're fully qualified, and basically this 2-year clock is established again. Now, this is what happens when you're just dealing with selling water machines. So you bought a water machine and you're just selling water machines. You're going to be responsible to be qualified in order to get full commissions from your downline. Now, the easiest thing happens once you buy Uconn. You don't have to worry about any of these qualifications, because it's going to qualify your top position and it's going to qualify your Uconn position. So it double qualifies 2 places. So you're earning 100% of the commissions the entire time you're active. You're also earning commissions on any Uconn sales, and you're getting the sale points on any Uconn stuff. So really, it allows you a little bit, I consider it like business insurance. To be on the Uconn allows my top position, which will be the ANASPA for most of us, to be always earning full commissions. So here's an example. Here's your typical trifecta setup. And our philosophy here is it's all about the strategy is getting people to hitting 2A right away. So you buy your ANASPA, you buy your K8, you buy your Uconn, and then your next sale will be, you put all your direct sales right here in a 2A position, right? Really simple. And when you get started, depending on how you came into the business, that Uconn could be the Uconn DD or the Uconn Sigma, right? Now, your Uconn here, your Uconn protects your top ANASPA so that it is 100% qualified to make commissions on all sales, whether machine or Uconn, but only as long as it's active, which we've talked about, right? So here's another example. Kangen Water and Kangen Uconn Power. It's a great combination together. So here's just a little example. We're going to do the X's are machine sales and the O's are Uconn sales. You started with your trifecta, the ANASPA, the K8, and the Uconn, and then you started to make sales in your 2A. You brought in new recruits, and then 3A, you're building your team. So you can see the X's and O's, right? Because of this combination of the Uconn qualifying the top position, they really work as a team, as you can see here, right? These two are connected. So you're not putting sales underneath your Uconn. You're putting sales underneath your ANASPA, and you're building wide in doing so. But the ANASPA is receiving the points and commissions from these sales. So it's getting the X's and the O's because the Uconn and the ANASPA are connected. So it's a really great pairing, right? Here is our recommended trifecta setup, right? We do, for ease of just getting people started, especially with so many people getting started on financing, getting the Uconn Sigma just makes it real simple, right? So your Uconn Sigma protects your top account for 1 year. So the question really becomes, what do you do after 1 year? Or what do you do when you get to 4A, right? So we'll see what happens for people first. In the initial videos that you guys would have seen, and when you were taking a look at our opportunity, we introduced you to 2 money-making techniques. One was the Enagic Trifecta, which we've explained, you know, the fast way to get to 2A, and it basically is like, you know, super speeding your entire business. And then the second one was stacking accounts. We're going to start to explore what the stacking accounts looks like now, right? So this slide would be familiar, and we're going to review it. So here you are in your 1A position. You make 2 sales and you become a 2A, right? And then you continue to make K8 sales, you make 8 of them, and then you move up in rank to 3A. So this would be your 11th or above. And remember, you're not having to do all these sales yourself. They're cumulative from your team. And then from 3A, you sell another 10 systems and you get to 21, which is 4A. If you go from 21 and sell 30 machines, you become a 5-point agent. Now you're earning 5 out of the 8 points. And from 5A to 6A, you got to sell 50 systems, all the way up to 6A, where you're earning 6 out of the 8 points. Now, as we've talked about, when you get from 1 to 4A is really the learning curve in our business, and you've got a small team of people, super excited, active, growing it with you, right? So you can see it takes from 20 sales to get to 4A, but from 4A to 6A, to add an extra 2 points, you actually have to add another 80 sales. So we figured out a much faster way to do it, which is stacking the account. So at your 4A position, your 21st sale, we encourage you to buy another placement for yourself. So you're going to open up a second account. This is going to be your U2 ID, right? So double your income with stacking accounts. So here's your first position. You're a 4A. On your 21st sale, you open up a second position. And whenever you make a sale, you're going to earn 1 point in the second position and 4 points in the top position. So now you're earning 5 points and you're only at 22 sales. 2 sales later in this second position, you're going to migrate up to being a 2A there. And now when you make a sale, you're earning 2 points there, 4 points in the top position for a total of 6 points, and you're only at 24 sales versus having to wait to 101 sales if you didn't stack the accounts. We continue to grow your business in the second place. 8 sales later, you've migrated up, rank advanced to 3A in your second ID. Now you're earning 3 plus 4 points for a total of 7. And one last move, 10 sales. And remember, this is all accumulative within your whole team and business. So now you're become a 4A in your second position. Now you're earning 4 points here, 4 points in the top for a total of 8 points, and you're only at 42 sales. And you're earning 100% of the 8 points that are available in the 8-point compensation plan. This is the key to stacking accounts, right? So another way to look at it, you come in with the ANASPA and you go your first 2 sales to yourself. If you do the trifecta, and then you do your 2A and 3A, you get all the way up to 4A, and on your 21st sale, you buy the Uconn Sigma, and it's your second ID. We definitely recommend the Uconn Sigma here, and I'll explain a little bit more why that is, but this is the strategy. Look at it a different way. If you come in with the trifecta, your first 2 1A sales are to yourself, the K8 and the Uconn Sigma, and they're basically placeholders. You're not going to build a business under these accounts, right? And then you start to be active building your team, right? You're 2A to 3A, and you're bringing in a bunch of people, and they're bringing in people, so it's all accumulative sales. This is where your active team exists, right? By the time you reach 4A, you've got a team of people below you. Usually you can identify 1 to 2 long-term business leaders, right? Yeah, by the time you get to about 20 sales, you know that there's a couple people that you're brought in that are going to be really serious business builders with you long term. At 4A, you activate your new Uconn, and this is where you're going to be actively building. This is where you put all your new people. Place all your new sales in this position in the 2A account. It protects your top ANISPA account so that both accounts, the 1 and 2, qualify to earn full commissions plus Uconn commissions and points, right? So the question then is, you can go back and cancel this initial Uconn Sigma, which you got started with. It renews after 1 year, so you want to make sure that you send in the information, because we're going to get everybody to renew it when we do the paperwork, because we never want to fail on having that canceled. Very difficult to get Enagic to redo any kind of paperwork when it comes to stuff like that. So we definitely want to renew it when we put the initial paperwork in. But you can have a chance to cancel it at the end of the year, a couple weeks before you want to send in the paperwork. So you cancel that because you've got your Uconn Sigma has been opened up in the 4A position, which is much more strategic moving forward long term, as I think you're starting to probably see. Now, you want to duplicate the strategy to 4A. So now we're talking about your second position, the Uconn number 2. Once again, you build wide all the way to 4A. So now you're starting at 22 sales, you'll go all the way to 42 sales. When you get to this 4A position, you are, we have an option of stacking more option accounts. So we're going to review that a little bit more, but one of the key things here is by the time you reach 4A, you've got another team of people below you, and you usually can identify 1 or 2 more long-term business builders, right? So this is going to be really effective when we get into showing you how to get to 6A2-3 in that retirement plan, right? So here is the Uconn number 2. You've built it out, you've gotten all the way to 4A, now you're taking all 8 points. So let's talk about how beneficial it is to have a machine in the top position and an Uconn Sigma in the second position, and you're building an organization underneath both, right? I consider it Uconn for life, and here's why. Having your Uconn Sigma in your number 2 account qualifies your top position and allows you to build a second leg under this account. Key. It 100% qualifies 2 legs at the exact same time. If you cancel the Uconn in your number 2 account, then you're no longer qualified in 2 positions. To re-qualify in the future, you would either have to put a direct sale in both accounts. You don't want to do that because you're wanting to build in depth. So you don't want to keep going back and building in the top count. We want to build in depth so we can hit the bigger bonuses. So you either have to put a sale in both accounts every 90 days, or you have to buy 2 Uconns to qualify the 2 separate positions. You've gone from having 1 Uconn to now you need 2 Uconns. I made this mistake when I got started in the business because we just didn't really know all this stuff. And at one point, I actually was ordering 4 Uconns in order to make sure that it's basically insurance policy for me at that point in different accounts. So this whole strategy has been proven over the last 8 years, basically from what works and what didn't work, the mistakes we made in our own business. So I really want to highly recommend that your machine number 1 and your Uconn Sigma number 2 are the perfect long-term combos because they qualify both positions, and you're going to earn 100% of all commissions available. All Uconn sales and all Uconn points are going to be counted in both areas. This is fantastic. So that's the ideal strategy, everybody. The road to 4A. 86% of people who make it to 4A make it to 6A. So this is really the learning curve. And what we've noticed in the online space, a lot of people make it to 4A, right? When you're building it offline, it's a much more challenging situation. So as a 4A, you're a leader. You've passed the learning curve. You're also accessing now 4 points, but quickly 6 points in commission. So basically the money's too good for people to want to go looking at other things. And generally people at 4A, maybe go from part-time to getting serious full-time. You've probably signed up about 3 to 5 people directly at this point, but you can identify 1 or 2 key leaders from that group of 3 to 5, which will be your long-term business partners, right? So the initial goal for all of us is let's get everybody to 4A. Let's get you to 4A, 21 sales. Once you get there, it's only a matter of time to get to 6A. But you want to not focus on just getting 6A. You want to look one step beyond, which is getting to 6A2, which means building 2 legs. If you just focus on getting to 6A, you'll miss the strategy of getting to 6A2. And that's what this whole comp plan strategy that we present here in the Digital Republic is all about, making sure we get everyone to 4A. Then you get all 8 points. Then you start stacking your accounts so that you can build a very successful duplicating business to 6A2 and beyond, right? So here's a little theory around compensation plans. And if you've been in other businesses or industries, you may have looked at a lot of stuff. But I know for a lot of people, this is probably the first time you've looked at a network marketing or a multi-level marketing or an affiliate program compensation strategy. And basically works like this. There's a philosophy. Building wide creates lucrative income. Building deep creates security income, right? And depending on where you're at in life, one of those could be more attractive than the other. Our approach allows you both of these to happen at the same time, which is the real beauty around the Enagic compensation program. So here's a slide that comes directly from the Enagic compensation program. There's going to be a link below this video that will give you access to an overview that I did fully on the Enagic official compensation plan PDF that they give out to everybody. I go through it also that explains it. We take the best of that and really adapt it to what our needs are here in the Digital Republic. But here's an idea. The top one, you can see whenever you build wide, you can become a 6A2, a 6A3, a 6A4, and in this example, it's a 6A5. There's a bit of a typo there. They've built wide, meaning they've continued to do direct sales in their top position, and those people that they have brought in become 6A. So they become a 6A5. This is the idea of going wide. The second example below is somebody that went wide. They enrolled 12 6As. So they're 6A12 -2. Notice where the dash starts to happen. We're looking for 2 legs that will duplicate, meaning those 6As become 6A2s, and then they continue to duplicate long term. So this is the strategy. We want to build wide and we want to build deep at the same time. Building to 4A is giving you width, and then stacking at 4A is getting you depth. And if we continue to do all of that in our long-term strategy, it's going to build you a very powerful organization. So building wide, your direct sales leading to 4A is building the wide part. This allows you to create many 6A frontline. So you might end up being a 6A2, a 6A3, a 6A4, 6A5 even. Building in deep is where the stacking at 4A comes into place, right? This creates the ideal structure for duplication and the bonus program, right? Need 2 main legs to reach the higher ranks, which is pretty incredible, right? It's 2 organizations that continue to duplicate long-term can hit all the higher ranks. One of those legs is going to be yourself, and then you're looking for a key leader in your top account, the number 1, and a key leader in your number 2 account, right? So it'll be your machine position and your Uconn Sigma position. You're going to find one other key leader there. And between those 2 key leaders and yourself, it's basically 3 people that can really grow your business. And you're going to find other key leaders for them and work with them. So remember the long-term plan? The bigger picture and strategy is how do you get to 6A2-3 and make that retirement income that we're all looking for. Let's talk about stacking the accounts to get there. So if you started with the trifecta, there'll be the Anaspa on the top account. And at your 4A position, you're going to buy the Uconn Sigma. And you're going to continue to put all your sales here, and you're going to build it to 4A. And then in that 21st position, we recommend purchasing another machine. That can be anything from the product line from Enagic. And right away, you actually, in your 1A position, you buy another Uconn. And from moving forward, you're going to put all your sales right here. This is where you're going to build. So this is the process. So Anaspa, your top position. Your 4A, you open up your Uconn Sigma, your number 2 account. You go to 4A again, then you buy another machine position, and on that same day, you buy an Uconn right below it. So you're basically stacking the 3 and 4 account in the 1A position, and then you put all your sales in the bottom 1A position. Here's what happens to you. Placing all the sales in the 1A position only realize you've already taken all 8 points. So when you start to put new people in your business into your Uconn number 4 account, and you get to 1A and then to 2A and to 3A, you're actually not earning more points putting them into 2A, into a 3A position, because you're already taking all 8 points, and it actually will kind of work against you in the long-term strategy. So for here, our strategy is you put all of your sales, list them in a 1A position. I'll give you a perfect example. I have an account in my business that is almost 6A, and they're at 93 sales, and they have 93 sales in a 1A position. They've never hit 2A, even though they're at 93 sales. We did this strategically because of the information I'm going to show you here. So just remember, you want to put it in a 1A. A little note here, whenever you do submit paperwork to the office is always going to want to put you in the highest rank category. So you have to confirm with them. And I just put in your sponsor information section, I put confirmed 1A and then your initials. For me, that would be KH, right? And they understand the leader, you being the leader, wants it in the 1A position because you've got a larger strategy that they're not privy to happening. So you're already earning all 8 points, so you don't have to worry about losing out on points here. That one sale can qualify in 4 accounts towards reaching 6A. In order for a sale to count, in order for an account to receive sales volume, we call those points, it has to receive at least 1 out of 8 points of commission. If you don't earn any commissions from your downline sales, let's say you're out of the points, that doesn't count for a sale in your overall volume. So we're all achieving and moving towards getting to 6A, 101 sales. So you want to make sure that the sales that you're happening in your business is actually being qualified in multiple accounts. So if you put them all at this 1A position, it's going to, each one of these 4 accounts all receive a point, so it all receives the sale. 1 point reaches the top account for long-term monthly bonus qualifications for 6A2 and above. What does this mean? This is going to be probably above some of your ranks and understanding when you hear that. This I put in here is because when you get to 6A2 and 6A2-2, you start to realize you're getting a monthly and quarterly bonus check, which has certain qualifications. And in order to maximize those returns, this strategy will make sure that you qualify every month to get the full bonuses there. Now, we have built this into place because we know everyone who's going to follow the program and be part of this long-term are going to get to these ranks. So we want to make sure when you get there, the structure works best for you to earn the maximum amount of points and income. So here's a way to look at it. You've got a new key 8 sale in your business. It comes in and you put it at the bottom. So the bottom account, Uconn number 4, makes 1 point. The machine number 3 makes 1 point. The Uconn number 2 makes 4 points. And that means there's 2 points remaining in the top position and you're earning 680 points, right? $680. Now let's talk about the points. So this is the number of sales. You put 50 sales in the bottom position, right? That means that the position above it is at 51 sales. And the position above that would be at 72 sales. And the position above that would be at 93 sales because all 50 of those sales would count in 4 positions. Now, the Anaspon number 1 and the Uconn number 2, because you've built a team going from 1A to 4A, you're also having all this other sales volume come through. So those 2 accounts will easily be 6A at this point. And you're building from the bottom, so it allows you to build multiple positions, right? Because the points roll up, which is really key here to understand. So let's talk about stacking and duplication are the key to moving forward. Here's an example of your organization 6A2-3. And what I'm going to do is show you, here's you. If you follow our strategy, which I just explained, you're going to have all 4 of these positions. When you got started, you building your first 4A leg, you would have found a leader, and this leader is going to be Lily, and she's going to be in the yellow. And Lily's going to duplicate the exact same thing. So now she's fulfilling these 3 positions, right? As you were building out your second Uconn Sigma number 2 account, you would have found a 1 key leader. And this would have been Kevin, number 1 and number 2. So you're building here. And then what's remaining is you're going to help both Lily and Kevin find their people, and we're going to duplicate, right? So that all works long-term in the structure if we're all doing the same thing. And here's the multiple bonus program that you start to take advantage of. So when you get to 6A, and you achieve the incentive, which would be the 10 sales in the month you qualify, you get a bonus of $3,000. So that would be any of these boxes along the bottom. There's 8 of them, right? When you become a 6A2, that means you've helped 2 people below you, and one of those can be your own account, right? Which is really important to understand. You become a 6A2, you get a $6,000 bonus. When you help those people duplicate, you become a 6A2-2 and a $12,000 bonus, right? And then as a 6A2-3, you earn a $25,000 bonus, and then you're guaranteed the $5,000 monthly for life moving forward if you hit some qualifications, which will be covered in another video, but are real simple to do once you build an organization big enough to get there. Now here's the real key or beauty to doing it this way. Because you own 4 accounts, you own this bottom account, you own this one, you own this one, and you own this one. Whenever you rank advance, the person, the 6A at the lowest position, needs to hit the incentive in order for everybody above them to receive the bonus checks. Because you control all 4 of these levels, you're actually going to be able to control that bonus for yourself. So it will all be on you, which is really nice to be able to do. And you'll also receive double dipping bonus checks as you move forward. So whenever you go to 6A2-3, you've actually received the $3,000, the $6,000, the $12,000, and the $24,000 check because you have all 4 of those accounts. So the day that you go 6A2-3 following this recommendation, you're not going to receive a $25,000 bonus check. You're actually going to receive a total of $46,000 in bonuses, which is awesome, right? So every time when you get a 6A, when you become a 6A2, you're actually going to get a $6,000 and a $3,000. When you become a 6A2-2, you got a 3, 6, and 12, a $21,000 bonus. So you're double dipping as you move through this process with the bonus checks. So let's review the number of accounts that you can have. As a sole proprietor, you can have 3 machine accounts, right? As a corporation, you can have 5 machine accounts, right? And for Uconn, you can have an unlimited amount, right? Which is great. The ideal number of active accounts, and I mean active, for example, when you bought the Trifecta, yes, you've got 3 accounts there, but 2 of them are just placeholders and they're not growing a business underneath them, so they're not considered long-term accounts. And the ideal number of active accounts would be 2 machines and 2 Uconns stacked as I've just shown you. So you've got business number, U number 1, U number 2, U number 3, U number 4. Best Uconn practices moving forward. Always make sure your top account qualifies for Uconn points and commissions. Right? This is the easiest way to make sure that you're getting paid on stuff. If you stack accounts, then make sure each level stays active and qualifies for points. This will help you get each level to 6A as fast as possible. Easiest way to do this, stay active with the Uconn on the process that we just explained. 2 machines and 2 Uconns. Best way to stack is building under an Uconn attached to a top machine position because it double qualifies, which is the real beauty, right? If you built under 2 machine positions, then you're going to have to qualify both of those, which means buying 2 separate Uconns. So working together is the best way to do it. Long-term compensation plan suggestions. To receive the rank, title, incentive bonus checks, that's the 3,000, the 6,000, 12, and 25, the lowest 6A must qualify with 10 sales in the month to release bonuses to all upline rank advancers. This is so cool how Enagic does this because literally we're helping one 6A achieve this big rank, but as a result, you could have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to the highest ranks in the company, all supporting and watching and making sure that person gets there because they're all going to receive a rank advancement check. So this is really working together to make sure that the lowest levels of people become successful. As you grow to 6A2-3, you may have to go back and place people in key positions to fill holes or help key leaders achieve ranks. What I mean by this, if you have a leg that, it's a key leader for you that you're building, but they need to increase some sales volume in order to hit a larger rank, you can go back and actually place a sale in that 1A position, right? You don't have to put it in a 4A position. Let's say the leader is a 5A and you're trying to get them to 6A, and you want to put a couple sales in their business. rather than putting it in a 5A position, which then they receive 5 points, you can actually do the confirmed 1A with your initials in that in their 1A position, so that they'll only earn 1 point and the other 7 points comes up to you, but they get the sales volume. This is going to be very strategic as you're moving forward, because some of your leaders might need a little support, or you might have a missing area that you need to go back and place a key leader so that your long-term strategy to get to -3 is in place. And all of this, you guys, of course, you're going to be speaking and coaching and mentoring with your upline leaders, myself, Wade, the other leaders on the team, to really get what works for you at the right time in your business. So if this feels a little overwhelming, don't worry about it. You've got a great leadership team and all the coaches that are going to be fully up to speed with the best way to do this when your timing is right. After you reach 6A 2-3, I suggest open up a new 6A machine position in your top account and build here. That generally I would do probably an Uconn Sigma there. So yes, you would have 2 Uconn Sigmas attached to the top position. The reason you want to do that is for the long-term monthly bonus checks, that 5,000 guaranteed a month rate. It can actually be more than 5,000. And doing an open volume in that top position will allow that. So you want to have the Uconn Sigma would be the best way to do it. Put all your sales underneath there, but never allow that count to go 6A. I know some leaders that they've got an open leg there that might have 300-400 sales. So if they made a direct sale in 6A, sure, they'd be a 6A, but for them, the volume is more important to maximize your monthly and quarterly bonus checks at the -3, -4 levels. So this is covered a little bit more in the advanced training video that I did going over the compensation plan. So wrapping it up, every sale takes you closer to getting to 6A 2-3. It's only 1,500 sales counting down, right? You never go back in the Enagic plan, right? It can take you 2 to 3 years building this online. You always keep moving forward, right? This is the philosophy. This is the understanding. This is all through the Digital Republic. What we have here to offer will allow you to achieve these ranks. If you follow the strategy, coach and duplicate it, you've got lots of support, but realize you can get to -3 in 3 years, right? And every sale, whether it's a Uconn DD, an Anaspa, level Lucar, a junior system, it's all one step closer to 1,500. Now your retirement starts at 1,500 sales. For me, when I got involved with this, that was a real enthusiasm and excitement for me, because I realized that was the goal. That's where we're all moving to. So I'm 100% here to say it's fully possible. Everybody who's watching this video can get there.
Wow, you still with me? I hope you got some great value out of this video. The Enagic Compensation Plan Advanced Mastery. There's definitely some deep concepts in here, and it might be a little confusing, so it's definitely worth watching a few times, especially as you start to move through the ranks so that you stay on course. But you're in good hands. There's lots of great information on my YouTube channel that can fill in the blanks and just qualify some of the information you've seen here today. It is my great hope that the information gives you more confidence and clarity about how you're building your Enagic business and how you will build it in the future. And share this information with your teams. The more we understand how we get paid and how the compensation plan works, the greater success is possible. I want to thank you for your time and your energy. Make sure to drop some questions down below. I do my very best to respond to all of them so that I can really help you get the clarity that you need to do a great job in your business. I want to wish you the greatest health, wealth, and lifestyle freedom in your Enagic business and everything that you do in the world. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. Thanks for watching. My name is Creel Hutchinson. I help entrepreneurs create success faster. If you like this content, then you're going to love these 2 videos I picked out for you. To find out how you can create more health, wealth, and lifestyle freedom, subscribe to the channel and visit my website, creelhutchinson.com, to learn more.